Hello and welcome to Rathods IAS. Today in this session, we are going to see current affairs of 13th February 2024. So first of all, we are going to take PDF of Hindu and we are going to pick out the articles. So after picking out of articles, we are going to see like in how many dimensions we can think about that topic. And even we are going to learn like how to connect one subject with another subject. Why this is important? And especially I know about how beginners they faced problem in reading current affairs. So initially for at least 1 year, so 6 months to 1 year, they will be facing lots and lots of struggles. They won't understand how to read and what to read, okay, how to analyze everything. So lots and lots of problems they will be faced by the beginners. So because of this, I am here to simplify the news analysis. I'll make you understand like how to think in different dimension and how to start thinking like a bureaucrat from now onwards. Okay, so if you're watching this Rathods IAS current affairs, so please do watch daily. And my name is Usha and I'm the key faculty of Rathods IAS Academy. Yes, and now let us see the front page. So before starting the articles, I want to boost your preparation daily with a quote. So let us see the quote of the day. So today is the quote, it is about life. So why we are coming up with this quote? Because so on every Monday we will be having this mains answer writing Zoom live class, right? So in that class we will be discussing about a live essay writing. So nowadays the trend had been changed. So UPSC is asking in both section A and section B, that is philosophical essays. So philosophical essays are nothing but they will give a quote and they will ask you to write an essay. But these philosophical essays are not exactly philosophical. So even you can draw examples from your daily life and even examples from GS to write a very good essay in a multi-dimensional manner. And there we are practicing to write this multi-dimensional essay, right? So now onwards we are going to take a daily one quote and I will try to explain the meaning. So if you are seeing this type of explanation regarding the quotes, then at least you will be getting 20 to 30% of idea regarding the quotes, because we can't expect like which quote will be given in examination. So if it is lucky that what are the quotes we are discussing in our analysis, if it is coming directly means it is like very lucky for you. Okay, yeah. Now let us see this quote. So this quote says, you are the artist of your own life. Don't hand the paintbrush to anyone else. This quote, it is about your life. So how you have to design your life. So here whenever you are design your life, so you are the one person, you have to decide your own destiny. You should not let anyone to enter into your life to change your destiny. So you should not give the paintbrush to anyone else. For example, you can connect this quote with social reformers. For example, Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Okay, and you can see lots and lots of people who are social reformers who participated in Indian movement or Indian freedom movement, and even they struggled a lot to eradicate social evils like sati, child marriages, widow remarriages, etc. Right? So they didn't let their paintbrush to give anyone else, because at that time society was against them, because these are the people, they are fighting against the societal evils. So even though society is not accepting them, but they didn't give the paintbrush to anyone else. So they decided their own life and how their life should be. Okay, so in this way, yes, you can connect these quotes with the GS and you can squeeze example from this GS. Clear? Yeah, and now let us move on to our front page of Hindu. So first article is 7 Indians who faced death row in Qatar return home. So this article is very important. So you have to know the background. So this article is talking about India-Israel relations. So this topic is important from your GS paper 2 Under this we will be studying international relations, first dimension. And next one is from same GS paper 2 we have polity. So from this polity point of view also this article is important. So here you have to know what is the background. So first you have to know background. So background is nothing but, so these are the 7 Indians who faced death row. Actually these 7 Indians, they were former Navy officers. So they were former Navy officers. And against them the case filed regarding spy. Okay, and they got death penalty in Israel. And Indian government tried a lot. Okay, finally these people, they had been released and they are coming to India. So this is the background here. So here you have to see from polity point of view, what is this death penalty? So this death penalty is also called as capital punishment. So what is this death penalty, what is this capital punishment, and what are the important Supreme Court cases regarding that, whether it leads to reformation or not. So everything that you have to see. And even we can connect this topic with our GS paper 4 under ethics. So in ethics, we have to see whether this death penalty is ethically and morally correct or not correct. So all these are the important dimensions that you have to think from this article point of view. So here we are connecting this GS paper to international relations. Yeah, and one more thing here is there is high chance of getting 100% this year the question will be based on Israel map. Okay, Israel map and locations in Israel is very important. So you have to see that. Okay, and now let us move to next important topic in the same front page, that is retail inflation eased to a 3 months low of 5.1% in January, food prices sticky. So what is the keyword? The keyword here is retail inflation. So now let us see some dimensions. So this article is focusing on this article is talking about retail inflation. This topic is important from GS paper 3 under economy. Yes, and even it is important from GS paper 2. Here we are studying about poverty, studying about hunger and society. So from this point of view also it is very important. So from economy point of view, what are the dimensions? You have to see what is the meaning of inflation. So inflation in short, I can say whenever there is increase of prices, whenever there is increase of price of goods and services in the market, this condition is called as inflation. And you can see types of inflation. So this retail inflation, it is one of type of inflation. Okay, we have wholesale price inflation and retail price inflation. And even you have to see like what are the measures of inflation, so how we are measuring. So here we have WPI and CPI. So retail inflation is measured by using this CPI, and in this CPI also we have different kinds. Okay, and you have to see what is the impact of this inflation, and even you can see role of two important things, that is government and RBI. So RBI will come up with monetary policy and government will come up with fiscal policy. So all these are the dimensions that are related to this inflation from economic point of view. So if you move back to this poverty, so one of the important reason for this poverty, okay, is inflation. And even hunger also. Because of this inflation, the purchasing parity, okay, purchasing power of people will be decreased, so that there will be increase in rate of hunger. So whenever there is increasing rate of hunger, that will also leads to malnutrition. And again, these problems like poverty, hunger, malnutrition, again they have to be addressed by government. It is a responsibility of government, and that will leads to increasing of burden on government, and even that leads to increasing of deficit to government. Okay, so from society point of view, you have to understand what will be the impact of inflation. Okay, so these all are the dimensions that you have to see from this article point of view. Is it clear? If yes, please hit the like button. Don't leave the session without hitting the like button. So I'm requesting you, just one thing I will be expecting always from my students is, I need encouragement and support. So how can you encourage me? By hitting like button and even share the class and doing the comments about how the class is. Okay, so this is about the dimensions, and I interlinked this economy with this GS paper too. Yes, and now let us move on to next page. And one thing I can say is, in today's paper there is nothing much important. Yes, nothing much important. Yes, in this front page itself there is one article, that is Tamil Nadu Governor Ravi refuses to deliver customary address. So this is also very important, and I thought that I have to cover this topic in editorial session. So in editorial page, so there is one article which is talking about this customary address of governor. So there I will be discussing this. Okay. So here this article is talking about customary address. So now here again there is controversy which is going on between state government of Tamil Nadu and as well as governor. Okay, so from last 2 to 3 years onwards, yes, there is controversy which is going on, and especially for new students, I will be explaining you like what is the controversy that is going on in state of Tamil Nadu. Okay, so if the students who already know about this, means it will be helpful for revising the topic. Okay, don't get bored. Yeah, so this article is talking about Tamil Nadu governor versus state government. So even we are going to see some basics of polity, okay, so that you can understand the topic better. So in India, in our country, we are following parliamentary form of government. So if you are talking about forms of government, we have two types, parliamentary form and presidential form. So in USA, they are following this presidential form, but in India, we are following this parliamentary form of government. So it is common in India, and as well as in UK also, we have this parliamentary form of government. So one important feature of parliamentary form of government is we have two heads. So one is nominal head. Nominal head means nothing but namesake, N for N, namesake. And we have real head. Okay. So now let us take like central government and state government. So in central government, who is a nominal head? Nominal head is our POI, President of India. And at the central level, who is a real head? Prime Minister, headed by Council of Minister. At the state also we have nominal head, that is governor, and real head is CM, headed by State Council of Minister, and here we have Union Council of Minister. Yes. So can I say this governor is a central agent? Yes. Governor is a central agent in state. And you know that here we have central government, and in the central we have like states. So central government is controlling states by this post called as governor post. Central government is controlling the states by this governor post. So because of this, we can say this governor post as gubernatorial post. So this is some background. Yes, now let us see what is the issue. So in central government or the central level, BJP is the ruling party now. So we don't know like which party will come into power after next elections, Lok Sabha elections. So do you have any guess? Like which party come into power at the central level? So if you have any guess, please let me know your guess in the comment box. And there are some states. So in some states BJP is ruling, and in some states we have non-BJP ruling states. So the problem which is seen with these states with non-BJP government is in power. For example, let us take in Telangana state, in Punjab, in Tamil Nadu. Okay, like that. So there are some states the issue which is going on. And here what is the issue here is, so if you want to make any bill to become an act or law, so that bill should be passed in house, and after passed in house it should be placed before governor, and this governor need to give the assent. Then only this bill will become an act. So here one more concept is passed in house or houses. So in India we are following like bicameral legislation. So in India we are following this bicameral legislation at the central level, and at the state level, so it is a decision which is left to state whether it have the two houses or one house. So some states they have two houses like assembly, okay, and as well as Vidhan Sabha, okay, but here some states they have only legislative assembly, no Vidhan Sabha. Okay, so if you are talking about, okay, so the two houses in the state, we have upper house and we have lower house, same as that of central level. We have state legislative assembly and legislative council here. Okay, so here there are many states which are having these two bicameral legislation, and please let me know which are the states they are having this bicameral legislation. And there are some states they have only one house. And if you see in the central level, we have bicameral legislation and it is compulsory. So we have lower house and we have upper house and lower house. So lower house is Lok Sabha and upper house is Rajya Sabha. Okay. So here you have to know like what is the eligibility for the member of Lok Sabha and what is the eligibility of member of Rajya Sabha. And these two houses they have presiding officers. For Lok Sabha we have speaker and for Rajya Sabha we have chairman. So chairman will be vice president. So these are some important basics here. So now let us come to the states part here. Okay, so in the states. So what happened especially in state of Tamil Nadu, what is the issue here is, the state government introduced bills. State government introduced bills in house, and even in the house the bills have been passed and they are placed before governor for assent, but he is not giving the assent. So governor is withholding the bill. So governor is withholding the bill. And finally this matter went to Supreme Court. And now judiciary interfered in this matter. And what happened? So one question which asked before Supreme Court is, what if the bill which had been withheld by governor, if it is repassed in the house? So Supreme Court said that if that bill which had been withheld by the governor and whenever it is passed without changes in the house, then that bill will be having or will be acting as a money bill. So in this money bill the role of governor will be minimal. So he have to give the assent. So this is the thing which happened in this Tamil Nadu state. Yes, this is a controversy. And apart from this, now here whenever the session is starting, okay, whenever the sessions of house are starting, so the first session the address should be given by governor. Okay, so this you have to know about which are the constitutional provisions, like which are the articles talking about this. Okay, and what happened now, governor is saying that I am not going to address this session. That means it is against the constitution. So this is the issue which is going on. And now let us see the notes. Okay, so let us see the first article. It is about inflation. So after seeing that, we are going to see that address of governor. So the issue which is talking here is India's retail inflation has been eased. Now it is 5.1% in month of January. So here if you are talking about earlier month, it was like 5.7%, and now we can see there is easing of retail inflation. So now let us see some facts regarding this inflation, what exactly it means. So inflation, which is defined by IMF, that is International Monetary Fund, says that, so this inflation, it is the rate of increase in prices over a given period. So over a given period on specific goods and services, whenever there is increasing of prices, then that condition is called as inflation. It is as per IMF definition. So IMF also says that inflation reflects rising cost of living, and also it indicates that how much more expensive a set of goods or services has become over a specific period of time. So how they are increasing the price in the market, that's it. In India, inflation's impact is particularly significant because of economic disparities. So as you all know that there is a large gap that is seen, like there is a huge amount of inequality is seen in India. So because of this, whenever there is inflation, so it is impacting the huge population in our country. So because of this, whenever we are seeing inflation, it is a lot of cause of concern for government. Yeah, and now let us see what is this retail inflation. So retail inflation, it is tracked by identifying CPI, that is Consumer Price Index. So this CPI measures the changes in the prices from a retail buyer's perspective. Wholesale inflation is other hand, it is tracked by this Wholesale Price Index. So at the level of producers, so inflation is measured by WPI. At a level of retail buyers or consumers, it is measured in the form of CPI. So now let us see some facts regarding this CPI. So CPI, which measures inflation at the retail level. Okay, so what exactly the CPI is? It is a measure of change in prices of goods and services which are consumed by the people in a given area. So we are taking one reference base here. So based on that base here, we are identifying like how much change of prices are happening. So if there is less, we can say there is less inflation. If it is high, then we can say there is high inflation. So CPI is calculated for a fixed list of items. So what are the items included in the CPI? So we have food, we have housing, clothing, that is apparels, transportation, electronics, medical care, education. So these are some important list of items or the goods of basket that is present in the CPI. So the price data is collected periodically. So CPI is used to calculate inflation levels in an economy. So if we are talking about what are the uses of this CPI, it is very important from your mains point of view. So from your mains also you will be getting question regarding, so what is the impact of inflation? So why we have to calculate CPI? So what is the role of government and what is the role of RBI? So in this way also you can get mains questions. So you have to be thorough with the static. Okay. Yes. Now let us see what are the uses of this CPI. So it is widely considered as barometer. Barometer is nothing but an instrument which are using for the measuring of inflation. So tool for monitoring of price stability, and RBI is using the CPI combined as a benchmark of policy tools. So here, as you all know that whenever there is increasing of inflation in the market, you know, because of inequality is very huge in India, our inequality gap is very high in India. So it is very important and also very large concern for the government to address this issue. So at that time immediately RBI will come into picture, and as well as central government come into picture to control this inflation. So here we are taking this CPI combined as an instrument by this RBI to come up with the changes in the monetary policy, like increase or decreasing of interest rates. For example, repo rate, reverse repo rate, etc. And according to agreement on monetary policy framework, which had been signed between government and RBI in 2015. So the important objective of RBI is price stability. So we have to focus on price stability, and also consumer price index measure is very important for targeting of inflation. So these are some important things that you have to remember. And now let us go back to our Hindu page, and directly without seeing anywhere or without looking anywhere, let us jump into this state's editorial page. So there is nothing much important in our paper. So directly let us move on to this editorial page. Yes, in this editorial page, so this article is political article. We are not going to touch this political article. Yes, next topic it is about gender equity gap. So recently we know that World Economic Forum Summit happened. So in that summit we came up with one highlight, that is Global Alliance on this gender equity gap, and we are going to see what is that. Okay, so this article is at most important from your GS paper 2, and you can also connect this topic with GS paper 3, and this is very important from your both prelims and as well as mains. So from prelims also you can get a question, okay, from this gender gap equity. Yes, now let us see the notes of this topic. So this article is talking about global good, gender equity and equality. So actually India established this global alliance for global good and gender equity and equality in the recent summit which happened at its Davos. Okay, that is 54th annual World Economic Forum in Davos. So actually it is focusing on especially promoting of women empowerment and gender equality. So it is focusing on women empowerment and gender equality. So what are the highlights of this alliance? It is very important. So first one is they are focusing on the commitment to women-led development. So whenever we are focusing on development, yes, we have to focus on inclusive development, and we have to include women. That is nothing but women-led development. And next one is it is also focusing on to bring initiatives regarding entry of women into business. Okay, that is called as Business 20, Women 20 and G20 Empower. And G20 Alliance for Empowerment and Progression of Women Economic Representation, that is G20 Empower. It is also focusing on increasing of women leadership and empowerment in the private sector. So in the private sector, women need to come forward. And the important objective of this alliance, it is to bring together global best practices. They are focusing on global best practices. They are focusing on knowledge sharing and also investment in identified areas of women's health. They are focusing on women's health and as well as education and enterprise. So these are the some important objectives of this new alliance. And next one is this alliance which also aiming to focus on women-led development, and especially India's growth story should be based on this women-led growth. So this is the idea. And even we are focusing on Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas and Sabka Prayas. That is development, okay, together with all, and development for all and effort for all. So this is very important quote. So whenever you are writing answer, try to use this. Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas and Sabka Prayas. And now let us see some facts regarding this World Economic Forum. So there is a high chance of getting question regarding this World Economic Forum in your prelims. So you will be getting some basic facts regarding this World Economic Forum that we are going to see here. So first one here is, so this World Economic Forum, it is a Swiss-based international organization. So what is this? It is a Swiss-based international organization, and it is holding annual meetings. So it will be holding annual meetings in Davos, Switzerland, and it was established by Klaus Schwab in year 1971, and it is not for profit organization. It is very, very important. So WEF it is a not for profit organization. And the important aim of this World Economic Forum, it is to improve the state of world by fostering dialogue, and is focusing on cooperation between different stakeholders. And headquarters normally in Geneva, Switzerland. And if you are talking about the reports, so every year you will be getting a question regarding index which is seen in news and which organization is releasing that report. So from that point of view, you have to see these reports. For example, we have Global Competitiveness Report. It is released by World Economic Forum. And next one is Global Gender Gap Report, which is released by again World Economic Forum. Next one is Global Risk Report, Global Travel and Tourism Report. So these are the very important reports which is released by World Economic Forum. So these are very, very important. And let us move on to next topic. It is about the real travesty. So it is about Governor's customary address to the legislature on the first session of every year. Now here the issue is Tamil Nadu governor is saying no to address this first session of Legislative Assembly. So because of this is in news again. So we are going to see some important facts and constitutional provisions regarding the address of governor in the first session of the House. Yes, if you see here, both in UK and India, we are following this parliamentary system of democracy. So here it is a time-honored constitutional convention that the king or president of the governor, so they must read out exact text of the speech or special address. So in this special address which informs the nation or the state of the policies that an elected government intended to pursue. So it is a special session, that means the first session of every year. So it should be addressed by president at the central level and the governor at the state level. So in that special speech, they will be informing the nation about what are the policies that elected government it is going to come up. So neither of House Parliament can proceed without with any public businesses, any further session, unless it is opened either by the king himself or by Lords Commissioners acting on his behalf. So without this special address, so there will be no further sessions will be happening. Okay, so in UK we have king, right? So the king's speech is thus, it will be the formal beginning of each new session of parliaments and states government policy. So in the same way we adopted this, okay. So we said that only like president and the governor, they have to take the session, okay, that is address the session. So we're talking about adoption of this method in India. So India adopted Westminster model of parliament, okay, or a parliamentary democracy. So here we adopted this methodology like parliamentary democracy in our constitution, and here in our constitution article 87 of Indian constitution, which requires the president to make a special address to the both houses of parliament on the commencement of the first session of each year. So article 87 is talking about central level, and we have article 176 which talks about the state level. Governor to make a special address in the first session of each year of every state legislative assembly and to the both houses where the states they are having this council. Okay, so in the both the houses, if it is having like bicameral legislation, so governor need to address the special session. So the language of these provisions was borrowed from the rules of the House of the Commons. And what does this special session which includes? The president's or governor's speech follows the convention of the British system, and it contains just legislative and policy proposals. So what are the proposals of the government which is intended to initiate? So those policies will be read in that special session by the heads of the state. So the speech also recaps the government's accomplishment in the previous years. So in the last year what government did and next year what they are going to do. So that is the thing which is read by the governor or the president in that special session. So the contents of the speech are put together by aggregating inputs from various ministries of the government. So from various ministries of government, so what are the works they did? So what are the programs they came up and what are the programs they want to implement? So they will be taking the data from the different ministries of government. So that's it. So these are the some important things that you have to remember from this article point of view. Yeah, and now let us go back to our page. Okay. Yes, in this opinion page, so this article is very important. It is talking about the record number of global voters exercise right in 2024. Okay, so this article is very important. So now let us see why it is in news. So let us see some data regarding this article. So over 50 countries in which close to 45% of people in the world they reside have gone to the polls or will go to the polls this year. Okay. So many countries they had good demographic dividend. So this is a thing that we can get from this article. So about 45% of population they are going for polls or already they went for polls in this year. So this only includes that those countries which conducted or will conduct national level polls this year, they are the part of nations which chose the European Parliament. Okay, so actually this article is saying that yes, the countries which are having the good election, like so the countries which are having this elections, national level elections, like we have US here, we have South Africa, so we have Russia and even India, we are having these polls, and Pakistan and Indonesia, etc. Okay, so you have to see this topic so that you will be getting some idea like so which countries they have elections. Okay, yes. Now let us move, and this topic is about economy, so we are not going to bother it because it is comparing this economy of our country before 10 years and after NDA government came into power. So we are not going to succumb into that political things, okay? So other than this, even the news page also I found nothing much important in today's paper. So you can directly move on to this science page, or even in the business page also there is one article which is important. Yes, there is one word called as referendum here. So this article is very important. Okay, that word referendum is important. So this referendum which comes under direct democracy tools. Okay, so this referendum which comes under this direct democracy tools. So here we have direct democracy tools like recall, referendum, etc. So you have to see what is this word. So referendum means in nothing but, so they will be going for voting in favor or not, yes or no. So if yes is more, so the decision of this people will be followed. Okay, so that's it. And this business page, there is one article regarding industrial output witnessed mild recovery in December. So here this article is talking about IIP, that is Index of Industrial Production. Okay, so here you have to know about IIP. So this article says that from last 8 months we are having a very low industrial growth, but now in the month of December, yes, there is a little bit growth of 3.8% that is seen here. Especially consumer durable production which had been recovered, and even consumer non-durable production which has been bounced back to 3.6% of contraction. And why there is decreasing of industrial output is because of decreasing of demand in the market. So people they don't want to purchase the things, so because of this there is no increasing of industrial output. So this is the thing that mainly given here, and you can directly move on to this science page which is presented last. So there is one important article, it is about Earth-wide telescope confirms black holes shadow is real. So here you can see the shadow, yes or no. So now let us see this topic, and from science and technology 95% of questions that will come from your current affairs only. So now let us see this topic in detail. So if you see context, it says that scientists they have unveiled new details of colossal black hole 53 million light years away, first photographed by Earth's Wide Event Horizon Telescope in 2017. So we use of this telescope, that is Event Horizon Telescope, that is EHT telescope, in 2017 itself. So it came with a photograph of black hole. And a feat provided the first visual evidences of the black holes exist. So because of this image in 2007, so we came to understand that yes, there is existence of black holes in universe. So if you see some details given in this article, it says that so this telescope which provided the image, and that image which revealed that yes, there is a shadow. So as a result of the event's horizon gravitational effects and signature of its presence, so now this picture which helped to understand the shape and as well as size and alignment of this black holes. So what is this black hole? So black hole is nothing but it is a end stage of life of a big star. So in the stars we have two types, like small stars and big stars. So at the last stage of this big stars means nothing but their mass will be 8 times more than the sun. Okay, 8 times more than the sun's mass. So that starts in the life cycle, the last stage, they will become either neutron stars or black holes. So black hole is nothing but it is a region of a space which is having immense gravity. So even light cannot escape from it. So black holes, they form at the end of some stars' lives. Okay, they are many times the mass of our sun. So it is more than the mass of our sun. And the energy that held the star together disappears and it collapses on its producing magnificent explosion. So Event Horizon Telescope, which consists of 8 radio observatories, okay, around the world. So they have even Spain, US and as well as Antarctica. So in 2006 here, an international team of more than 200 researchers, they had been led by Harvard University astronomers and as well as Event Horizon Telescope, which had been launched as a project. Okay, so especially to capture this black holes. So these are some important things that you have to remember from our newspaper point of view, and these are the important articles that appear in our today's Hindu newspaper, nothing more, nothing less. Yes, I want to give you the mains practice question. As usual, I said we are going to have the quote and we are going to have this question, quote in introduction and question at the ending. So if you want, you can take the screenshot. Discuss the significance of black holes in astrophysics, highlighting their formation, properties, observational evidence and their role in advancing our understanding of universe fundamental principles. So write the answer for this question, and the word limit is 250 words. Clear? So if you really like this session, hit the like button and please do share this class to your friends also. And one more thing is, we are going to available soon in the offline branch of Ashok Nagar. If you want to get free mentorship, I will be available there to talk to you directly. So if you have any doubts regarding prelims and mains, and if you need mentorship, you can freely come to the office and you can meet me. So I will be giving you the address soon. And if you want to get the notes of this class, you can join this Telegram channel. Okay, that is Rathods IS classes. You can join this channel so that I will be providing the notes here. And this is our YouTube channel. Please do subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to subscribe. And here in Rathods IS Academy website, we are providing lots and lots of courses. Okay, and these courses we are teaching from the basic to advanced level. And even if you have zero knowledge, then if after watching entire course, you can become the expert for sure. Okay, so you can check the prices after clicking this course list. And even if you want to watch the demo videos, you can click on play course so that 3 videos will be paid without paying a single penny. And the cost of this course is very affordable. It is less than 3,000 rupees. Okay, and prelims is very near. So don't take any choice or chance here. Okay, so if you are not clear in prelims, again you have to sit for 1 more year and you have to start from zero. So don't do that mistake. So if you have any problem with the subject, take the course and watch the videos and clear your concepts. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. Please do like this session and subscribe to Rathods IS Academy. And thank you so much for watching.